Since it was reborn in 1948, Israel has been despised by its neighbors who refused to recognize it as a country. Arabs made it clear that they opposed any Jewish presence in the Middle East by laying claim to all of the territory as an Arab land. This existential threat would lead to a series of brutal conflicts. Several years and 2 major wars later, Israel had managed to become an important player in the region. In June 1967, facing a looming threat from its neighbors, Israel launched a preemptive strike against Egypt. Against all odds, Israel achieved a complete victory in 6 days, capturing the West Bank from Jordan, the Golan Heights from Syria, and both the Gaza Strip and the Sinai Peninsula from Egypt. Saddled with this history of failure, Nasser's successor, Anwar Sadat, sought to restore the honor of the Egyptian nation. Sadat understood that the humiliation from Egypt's collapse in the 6-day war still haunted them, so dismantling the aura of Israeli invincibility was imperative for Egypt's political future. With that in mind, he and other Arab leaders sought to help in preparing a surprise attack against Israel. In 1970, Hafez al-Assad seized power in Syria in a military coup. His primary goal was to build a sense of national unity and furthermore revive the pan-Arabism of the 60s. To achieve that, he needed a common enemy: Israel. The Arab armies flaunted all the modern weaponry which the Soviet Union had supplied them with. In April 1973, Israeli intelligence picked up signals suggesting that the Arabs intended to launch a war in May. Some analysts felt that the probability of an Arab attack was low and adhered to the intelligence theory known as the concept. The main premise of the concept was that the Arabs would not launch a new attack on Israel until after 1975 because their air force was not ready and Egypt had not secured Scud missiles from the Soviet Union. Ultimately, the IDF leadership became increasingly concerned and the IDF mobilized its forces. While the Egyptian army indeed initiated military activity along the Suez, a full offensive against Israel never materialized. The most harmful result of the May 1973 mobilization was that it cost Israel a fortune. The IDF High Command vowed that such a mistake would never occur again.